as we go.
There we go.
There we
Well, it
go.
says it's live. Okay. So
Yay!
Yeah,
we're live.
we're live. This is our first ever live.
Yeah. So
See,
so if something goes
Mine
terribly
too.
wrong, it's his fault.
yeah, it'll be my
Yeah.
fault. Actually, it'll be her fault because she uses Apple phones. So,
I'll beat you up.
Oh. No, I've never done a live either. So
oh, you haven't?
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't either.
Emily, you've been on BookTube a lot longer than we have too. So, Alicia, you haven't either?
No.
Okay.
So we're all noobs.
Did I say you? Di, did you say you haven't?
I haven't.
All right.
We're all
We're all
noobs.
newbies. I love it.
Yeah, we're actually just on a phone here. So, but can everyone down there? Can everyone out there hear us? We just want to make sure that everyone hears us and that we're okay.
Yay! We all seem to be here. Well, we're
Yeah,
still
I can hear
waiting.
y'all.
Okay, we're still waiting for Courtney and
Matt.
It
So
says
Go.
9 people are watching us.
Yeah.
nice.
Vanessa says she can hear it loud and clear.
See what? Can you see? Oh, this it's so weird that the camera's like the opposite. It
Yeah.
shows us
I
on
know.
YouTube. It's like what's it called? Inception.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time we did a video. I'm actually sitting to his left, and it works out well because when you hold a book up, the writing's right. But geez,
All right. So, we're still waiting on a couple, but should we get started with some questions or not?
I'm up for whatever.
Okay.
let's jump into it.
Yeah, we'll
Face
jump into it.
first.
We're still waiting for a couple people. Hopefully, they'll pop in really quick. I know Matt has been having some problems with his internet, so I'm not sure when he'll be in here.
So Jackie Lou just said, "You're on my TV, larger than life." No one needs us larger than life. It's just so wrong.
Eh,
I'm already twice as large as life, so
This is how we're starting this, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So they had Elizabeth at Lizzie Faye Loves Books had a live earlier in the day with some of the other hosts, and with us right now, we'll have a couple. I'm messing up your thing.
Yeah, you are.
With us right now, we'll have a couple more people coming, maybe. But right now we have Desus19 Loves Yarn. Say hi.
Hi, my booktube channel is actually This is 19 Hearts. My
Desus
main
19
channel is
Hearts, yeah.
19 Hearts.
What did I say?
You said Desus19 Loves Yarn. It's Desus19 Hearts is the book.
Oh, I said it wrong. I knew what I was trying to say. This didn't come out right. Okay, so it's Desus19 Hearts Yarn. I heart yarn too.
That's my knitting channel. Knitting channel.
Okay.
So
Have I screwed this all up?
Yeah.
I messed it all up. I told you it's his fault.
My booktube channel is This is 19 Hearts. And
Okay.
that's what I
Desus
talk about.
19 Hearts. He told me that earlier, and I thought I was smart.
Yeah.
Crap. I'm all messed up now.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we also have Emily from the Redhead is Reading.
Hello. Can y'all see my hand? Hold on.
Yeah, we can.
It's like the opposite of what you think it's gonna be. I don't know why it is like that. But
Yeah, I don't either. It's strange, isn't it?
It's like because I think it's over. Well, I guess that works, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like
all
the
left-handed
opposite.
now.
It's intentionally meant to mess us up, I think.
Yeah.
And we also have Alicia, pretty brown eye reader.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, wait, we have a guest.
Oh.
Paperback Chunky is here.
You don't have to invite.
Yay! Hi, Matt. I wrote him back. I said hello.
Hey, Matt.
There he is.
Hey,
Okay. I will figure this out eventually. So I'm sorry. I got all excited. Alicia, the pretty brown eye reader, is here.
Hi.
All right. And now we have Matt, the paperback junkie.
Yep. So I am not.
hello. I hit my elbow. I'm okay.
I'm so proud of you both. Okay, so hold on just a second. We don't have private. That. Okay, so we still have yet to hear from Cortagonist, but she'll show up eventually.
Yeah, we can go ahead and get started with our questions. I think maybe she'll be here by the time we get to the last person.
Yeah.
All right.
So earlier in the day, there was at 4:00. There was a another live in which everybody introduced themselves. There were the other hosts, and my train of thought just totally derailed. Oh, they did a
Attack.
They did a one of the last March Mystery Madness's tags. And in the spirit of not being repetitive, we're going to talk about our TBRs.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Whether a couple of questions, or maybe at least one of the questions, doesn't have to be a March Mystery Madness question. It can just be a TBR question.
I mean, if you want to go totally off the rails and just talk about any kind of book you want to read in October, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
October.
She overspoke.
I'm easy.
All right.
I'm terribly easy to please. So okay, so the first question.
And we'll start with Di, since she's right next to us here.
All right. We'll start with Di first. What have you just finished? Well, no. Let's try this. Let's all sort of introduce ourselves, talk about what we do on our channels, because I know there's going to be some here that aren't familiar with everybody. So let's talk a little bit about what we've done, about what we do on our channels, and add to that what you just finished reading.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm Dry. My channel is Jesus 19 Hearts. I do the Book One Cozy Club, or first series Cozy Mystery Book Club from my channel. I also run it in the Mystery Madness Series group, and now our brand new Discord.
You're cutting out. Really
you're breaking
bad.
up really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
I try to figure this. Can you hear me?
It's about the same. Yeah.
Okay. Here, there's the tablet, and I'll try to fix my audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this this app, this StreamYard. It does weird things sometimes.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and go to the next person, and then we can come back to Di.
Yeah, let's do that. So, Emily, tell
Okay.
us a little bit about your channel and what you've just finished reading.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emily. I'm from the channel The Redhead is Reading. And on my channel, I mostly do recent reads videos, and I do 3 books per video. So I just mostly like to talk about my recent reads, and I read nonfiction predominantly. That's like my number 1 genre. And then I read historical fiction, contemporary fiction, mysteries, of course. And I read adult fiction and nonfiction. I mean, I read middle grade and YA occasionally, but it's very rare. I'm predominantly an adult book person. And what I just finished reading is, I actually just finished Prairie Fires by Caroline Fraser. And that is a nonfiction book about Laura Ingalls Wilder, who was the author of the Little House series, which is, you might have heard of it, it's like a children's series. And I actually read that for the Little House Readathon, which is hosted by Elizabeth, who's one of our co-hosts. And the readathon was actually like the first weekend in February. But this book is like a 600-page book. So I've been reading it all month. And I finally finished it because I said I wanted to get it done before March Mystery Madness started. So, and it's just about Laura Ingalls Wilder's life and her legacy. There's kind of been some controversy about her in recent years because of her portrayal of the Native American population in the places where she lived. And so it's just talking about that in her life. And there's also been some controversy because her daughter Rose helped her write the Little House books, and there's been some controversy about like how much influence her daughter had on the writing. And so this book just goes into all of that. So it was a really good book. I recommend it if you have
Cool.
any interest in learning more about Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've never read any of the Little House books.
No, I haven't either. My mom used to read them, and she used to actually recommend them to us, but we just never read them. When I was growing up, my sister may have. Not sure.
Yeah, I read them all when I was a kid, but I haven't ever reread them since then. So,
Okay.
but I still really enjoyed the book.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, Alicia? How about you? What do you do on your channel, and what have you just finished reading?
Okay, so on my channel, I read fiction, nonfiction. I do a whole month-long celebration of poetry in April since it's National Poetry Month. So I have playlists for those poem videos. I do a poem every day.
Very cool.
I've hosted with March Mystery Madness in the past. I didn't do it last year, but I was able to come back and join in and host again this year. So, of course, I like reading mysteries. The last thing that I read was a book called A More Perfect Union, and it's by an author named Tammy Huff. And she was born in the U.S., but she now resides in the U.K. And she wrote about her family history. It's a fictional retelling of her family history. One of her ancestors was an Irish immigrant who married someone that he bought out of slavery. So she wrote
wow.
that story, and it was very good. The book actually will come out in the U.S. I think in a couple of months, but right now it's for purchase out of the U.K. And I read that as part of the Read So Lit celebration of Black History, and that's headed up by Dee Dee at Brown Girl Reading. She's big on BookTube, so that was the read along for the month of February.
Okay, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, we're having some issues here. Hit it once. There you go.
I was hitting it once. It just wasn't cooperating.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Di. So it's your turn. Let's put that mic to the test.
Okay, so my channel is Thesis 19 Hearts. I run the Book One Cozies Club, or the first in a series Cozy Mystery Book Club from my channel, and in our Mystery Madness Goodreads group. We read first in a series Cozy Mysteries for that book club. I also read quite a bit of manga, so you can see some of my manga back here. What I read last. Actually, what I read last was a volume of manga. This is not mystery at all. But that's what I just completed. And the last mystery I read was R.L. Stine's College Weekend. Cool. This is a mystery.
Yeah. Becky's a big fan of R.L. Stine.
Is that one of his newer ones, or is it an older one like the Fear Street
no,
series?
this is an older one. I think it was published in 96, 95.
There's a good chance I've read it.
I think I read this one too. I think this one was actually in my collection because it doesn't have a used sticker or anything like that on it. It did feel familiar, but I didn't remember it.
Yeah, I doubt I would remember anything from that series, but there was a time when I read everything R.L. Stine ever wrote.
Me too.
I was an R.L. Stein junkie.
All right, so Matt, I've been told to ask you about loincloths.
What?
Who told you that?
It was in the comments.
That would be Mark Richardson.
Richardson Reed.
Oh,
Richardson
okay.
Reed.
That makes sense. What a lot of people don't know is me and Mark belong to a society of people who wear loincloths that they have to make out of stuff that they find around their house. And then we all get together and have like a prom where we all dance with each other. And this one time we did it, and I made little bunny slippers out of like cotton balls. And Mark is a horrible dancer, and he kept stepping on my feet. And I'm like, Mark, you got to stop stepping on my feet. And when I went down to move my foot, like because I had the slipper on it, I accidentally grabbed his loincloth and it came off. So there, Mark Richardson was all naked in front of all these people at the loincloth prom. And Steve Donahue was there just laughing. And nobody helped him. So that's what happened.
That wasn't what I was expecting at all, but that's great.
I would just like to say that loincloth prom should not be a phrase in the English language.
It should be used more, kind of.
Yeah. There should be more of them.
Yeah.
Remind me to hide my tea towels from all of you.
Yeah. My tea towels. But yeah.
Well, Matt, it's your turn.
Okay, so my channel is mainly about crime noir, hard-boiled fiction, weird fiction, a lot of old pulp stuff. And then my wife comes on and talks about stuff that people care about. And I talk about stuff that like 3% of the population want to hear about. But when my wife's on, there's good stuff. So it works out.
So for everybody watching in the comments, Matt is an author. Tell us a little bit about your books, Matt.
Okay. Well, I used to write under a lot of different pen names, all over different genres and stuff. But I mainly do kind of weird horror type stuff. Like, I don't think it's horror. Oh, and then there's that. There's the hard-boiled Hank Bradshaw guy. And I have another book coming out this month coming up that's like a zombie police procedural crime thriller thing.
Cool.
Which I'll explain more of that at a later date. But I also run the site weirdmask.com, which is like a kind of, it relives the pulps, but has new stuff as well. So, yeah. And if Mark didn't open his freaking mouth, no one would know about it. Right?
Yeah.
I think that might have been the idea, but I am perfectly prepared to believe that the bunny slippers thing is true.
Yeah, and see, it's because of artistic interpretation. Mark just saw a bunch of cotton balls on my feet, and he's all hoity-toity with his art, so it didn't really work out right. But yeah, and then the last book I read was Pulp Fiction, which oddly enough is not the same Pulp Fiction that Courtney is doing a read-along with.
Yeah, I saw that. I read.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Yeah, I know. I read Pulp Fiction with Matt too, and I went to Goodreads to find it, and it came up with two different ones, and I was shocked.
Yeah. So but like the fact that someone who's a part of March Mystery Madness doing a group read of that book is just weird. But the one I read was not a cozy mystery. It was I use Matt Wall for the books that I put out now. But what was yeah. So the book we read was about the history of gay pulp literature, like gay male pulp literature from like the 20s through the 70s, and how it changed, how it was marketed, how they were able to get it from point A to point B, and then it had a lot of other stuff in the book that was more about individual books. But all the historical stuff about the book was great. I really thought that part was well done.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, I agree.
Have we lost Di again?
Are you still here, Di?
I'm still here.
All righty, cool.
My picture is kind of weird, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think on us for some
I
reason.
see everybody else moving.
As long as you're still here, we're happy.
I am still here.
So I guess we can go with ours now.
Oh yeah, we have to do ours too, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We're not privileged.
I don't know about that. I might be privileged. So I'm Becky. I'm the Becky half of the Bookish Bryants.
Yeah, I'm Scott. Scott, by the way, if you're new here, we've been doing a YouTube channel for about
a year.
Right at a year, because about 2 weeks in, we heard about March Mystery Madness, and we made our channel about the same time that Janelle made hers from Too Fond of Books.
Yeah, one of our very first videos was our March Mystery Madness TBR for last year,
and that was really fun. But we read everything. Like, we read mysteries, we read sci-fi, we read romance, we read
horror,
we read
classics,
nonfiction,
weird stuff.
Yeah, weird fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and what's the last thing you read?
Well, last thing I read was there was a book by Patricia Sprinkle. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember either, but
it has something to do with my TBR. We'll go into that later. But it was a cozy mystery. If anybody was wondering, it was it's part of one of the books I'm reading for my TBR. So yeah, that's what I read last.
Okay. Well, I read the same thing as Matt last, so we're not going to pick that one. But I'll go with what I'm reading now, with what I'll finish tonight. And that's actually one of Matt's books. It's a Dead Dame Walking. It's the first book of the series he was talking about. And so far, this is fun. Hank Bradshaw is a really cool character. Reminds me of some of the pulp characters from the 40s, but at the same time, he's way different. His motivations and stuff are funnier, and of course, being in the 2000s, he gets to be a lot more irreverent. So yeah, I'll have that finished tonight, and I'm enjoying that a lot.
Your cat is hysterical.
He just always wants to be in my business, and I keep moving the iPad, and she keeps following it. It's like, just pick a spot and sit down.
That's not how cats work.
I know. Well, like last night when we were on the chat, it was like she eventually left. So I'm hoping that eventually she'll get bored and go away.
I don't think that's how cat works either.
Yeah,
we have a lot of people in the chat. There are 24 here. We've got
some really great booktubers. We got Sarah, the Bookish Knitter. Everyone who reads it must converse. Noah.
Yeah, we got Deanna at Pato the Reader. Sophia. I'm the worst. Sophia Zarifi, Cozy Reads Mystery. We just met Cozy Reads Mystery yesterday. Yeah.
And she's awesome if you haven't seen her.
Yeah, the first video she did was the Clue book tag that Becky and Sarah from the Book of Snitter put together. Libraries and Labradors.
Libraries and Labradors. You guys should see her Labradors. They're adorable. She reads everything too, like we do.
Yeah, she does.
Hello,
she got
hi.
a cool channel.
So,
All right, and we'll get on to the next question there.
Oh, there you are, Di.
Oh my gosh. I heard everything, but I couldn't see anything.
Okay, so
Drives me nuts.
So I know this is March Mystery Madness. We've all really been looking forward to the book that we're going to read this month. Have any of you been actively avoiding mysteries?
No,
Oh,
I
really?
haven't.
Yeah, see, I
That's
have,
pretty much
but
what I read all of the time. So
yeah, I have until yesterday. And the reason being is because I have a finite amount of mysteries on my shelf. I have more sci-fi than I do mystery, and I'm, I guess I'm more of a sci-fi reader and pulp reader and things like that than actual mysteries. But
I would like to say this might be because you absolutely refuse to read all my cozies.
yeah, that's probably right. But it's not because I have anything against cozies. It's because I've read one. In High Storm.
I wouldn't say that I was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say that I've been avoiding mysteries, but I like to save mine for March so that I can start really good stuff in March.
Me too.
Yeah, Becky did that for a while. Yeah, but then when February hit, she started just tearing through them because she's got so many middle books of series that she wants to read. But she has something against reading the middle book first, which a whole lot of people do, including me.
Well, the thing is, the prompts for the March Mystery Madness, they're kind of difficult. Some of them are, and that weather one, was awful.
Yeah,
and
we all had problems with that thing, I think.
And I finally found a book. Where'd it go? It's over there. What's it called? It's called Who Left That Body in the Rain, which is perfect for weather. The only problem is it's number 4 in the series. So I absolutely refuse to read a book in a series out of order because I'm just neurotic that way.
I'm that way too.
Yeah, me too.
And so I've spent February reading the first 3 books of that series. And the problem is they're you can't hardly find them anywhere.
Yeah,
they were difficult to find.
They were actually kind of rare. We found one on Amazon Kindle. I ordered one from eBay, the paper book, and then we found the third one on Scribd. So we had to get the 3 books from 3 different places. And
it's been interesting.
That's bad marketing, I think. Really bad, especially when the first one was the hardest one to find.
Well, they're older and kind of weird, like me.
Yeah, Sarah says she starts at the end, the middle, or the beginning. She doesn't care.
My mom's the same way. She'll just pick up a series in the middle, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
The problem is, I will pick up a book in the center and not realize I'm doing it. And I'll get like 4 or 5 pages in, and I'm like, there's a whole backstory here. I don't know. I can't read this.
Yeah.
I have to put it down. Again, it goes along with that neurotic thing. And
yeah, I'm like that too. I mean, I'll read one in the middle, but it bothers me. Like I don't like it.
Yeah. I'll do that if I just don't have a choice. If I can't find the rest of the books or something like that, I have done it.
But Bridget's rambling, I will never do it on purpose. Noah, yes, I think I did. And guess what? I think I'm going to do it again this year.
Yeah, Becky's a fast reader. She said she spent all of February reading that one series, but she didn't. She probably read 12 to 15 books this month or something like that.
I may or may not have read a Ruth Ware book in there and a horror series of 3 books and a couple of other cozies. And
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So what do we got next?
Okay, so
Or were we?
let's go with the TBR thing.
Okay.
Have all of you made your TBR videos?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Awesome. So I have to figure out how to. You're gonna have to keep up with that. I can't do it.
All right.
I'll lose my mind. So okay, do any of you on your? I've got some questions for you. Do
Okay.
any of you have a book on your TBR that you've been meaning to read for a long time?
Yeah.
This one right here.
Not too
Tell me
long.
about them.
Who do we want to start with?
You want to go around the?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna go around my screen because we're hosting. That's why. All right. So Emily, you're first.
Okay.
What
No,
book do you have that you've been?
No, I haven't. I don't have any that I've been like meaning to read for a long time. But there's one that I've heard about for a long time, and I finally decided I want to read that, and so now I'm gonna read it. So it's not like I've been like I would need to read this. It's more like, okay, I'm tired of hearing about this. I want to read it so I'll know what it's about.
Yeah. I understand that.
Like the one I'm thinking of particularly is Bluebird by Attica
That
Locke.
is excellent. Yay.
And so,
That's good.
like, I keep hearing about this series, and I want to try it out. So I'm trying it out. See, the camera is so weird. I want to show the cover. So yeah, it's Bluebird by Attica Locke, and it's the first in a series. So this is the one I want to read, but I've been hearing a lot about.
I've never heard of the series.
No, I haven't either.
It's the Highway 59 series.
Okay, Alicia, you've read it?
And I read the second book too. Heaven My Home is the second book in that series.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Is it a straight up mystery or is it more of a cozy?
No, it's a mystery.
It's
Yeah.
a mystery.
Okay.
And it's set in Texas, which is y'all didn't know. I'm from Texas. I live here, so I'm always interested in reading books and mysteries set in Texas. So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alicia,
go ahead.
Alicia, I think you're from close to us, actually. I think you live close to us. So, but you're next. Are there any books that you have been on your TBR for a long time that you're going to read this March?
Yeah, it's this one is probably the one that's been on my to be read list for a long time, and it's the number one Ladies Detective Agency.
Oh yeah.
By
Yes.
Alexander Crossman,
Yeah.
and it's set in Botswana. So I like reading international types of things. So I actually picked that book up at a thrift store like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's just been sitting there.
yeah.
Okay. I
This year,
have that
I'm
book.
trying to read stuff off of my shelves and off of my Kindle. So that's one of the ones I've really been looking forward to because
Okay,
it's
cool.
been made into a series on HBO, and I've watched the series before.
Oh, I didn't see
I
the
didn't know they made a
series.
series of it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have that book, and what's funny, I picked it up at a thrift store.
Yeah.
The main character, she's awesome, just awesome.
Yeah, from what I've heard about it is it's not considered a cozy, but that it is very gentle, kind of cozy like in a way.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to read that too.
For a while, the series was on YouTube. Like the whole series, you could watch
Okay.
it for free.
Really?
I
I
don't
can
know if
look
it's
and see.
still there, but for a long time, it was like you could watch the whole thing on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
We totally lost Di. Come back, Di.
All right, Matt, you got something there?
I don't have it here. It's on my phone, but In a Lonely Place by Dorothy B. Hughes. I've had that on my TBR for years, and I just never get to it.
Is that the same? Is that the book that the Bogey movie was based on?
Yeah, it's a Bogart. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
I remember they changed a lot halfway through the movie. Like it kind of veers away from the book because the book was, if I recall correctly, the book is really grim. So
okay.
they wanted to kind of make it a little nicer. And I loved the movie so much that I never wanted to read the book if the book was going to be so different from the story I fell in love with, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have to do it. Like I've been meaning to do it forever. So
Yeah, that's cool.
I've seen a lot about that book recently.
Yeah.
That one and the number one ladies detective agency. I've seen a lot about those books. I think they're like really high on the mystery lists.
Yeah, they may be. They may be. All right. So what's the next question? Until Di comes, I don't see her. She hasn't come back in, has she?
Di has left us. No, she's
okay.
It'll happen.
My family's on a walk right now, so my internet should be good for like the next 15 minutes. So
we'll make it quick. So
hey Sarah, that would be wonderful if you want to do that. That would be great.
What's happening?
Bring it on,
Sarah.
I'll just answer your question.
Okay. So I like I said earlier, the prompts this year were really kind of challenging. So are there any books on your TBR that you're not all that jazzed about? You just threw them on there to fill out a prompt? No, I've got one. We didn't answer for.
Oh, we didn't. We didn't.
Yeah, you didn't answer for the.
Oh yeah. Well, you want to go ahead and answer?
I keep forgetting I had to do this too.
You don't have to. You get to. Remember?
I get to.
Yeah.
Because I'm privileged. Anyway, is there a TBR that I've been meaning to read for a long time, and that's In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I love Ruth Ware's books.
She's actually, I think, a little in the minority there.
Right?
People like Ruth Ware, but she is so divisive. I mean, she's either love or hate. I've not heard too much in between.
Mm-hmm.
I got that book right when it came out, and I've never read it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let me know if it's good.
This one's been in my orbit for quite a while, and I'm really looking forward to it. I love Ruth Ware.
The one that's been on my TBR the longest out of all these is Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley, the first Easy Rollins book, and I have been really wanting to read this for a long time. But every time I'd go to the bookstore, I would never grab it, although I wanted to. And I looked on Kindle, and the price wasn't very good. So I waited until I found it at Second Charles and picked it up. But they made a movie of this, too, with Denzel Washington, right? Mm-hmm. And I've heard it's really, really good. And as a matter of fact, I think I may have seen it, but it's been a long time ago because the movie's pretty old. But yeah, that's the one on mine.
Was it Kim Basinger in that with him? Who was I can't remember who the.
You got another guess?
I can't remember who the lady was.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time since I've seen anything about the movie. Okay, I'll do it.
Come on, you.
Yeah, this is brand new to us.
I believe in you.
Yeah,
you guys are doing great. You're doing a great job.
Real quick, on the last video, you said Friday Night Knitters Club or something like that.
Yeah.
And my wife heard you say that, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a Friday Night Knitters Club?" And I'm like, "I think it's just a book." And she's like, "Oh."
My friends and I used to get together like on like a call like this and sit and chat on Friday nights and knit. So it was a virtual knit night. Tell her we should set it up.
I'm game. Yeah, I'm here for a Friday Night Knitters Club. Does it matter if you can't knit worth a darn?
No.
She's better than she lets on.
No, I crochet well. That's what you
get.
Then
that's fine. That's fine. Craft.
All right.
Okay. So, you want to ask Sarah that question too?
Well, Sarah, since you're here,
What's up?
do you have any books on your TBR that you've been meaning to read for a really long time?
You mean other than all of them?
Oh, okay.
Choose one.
Just one?
Choose one. We're not going to be here that long, Sarah.
Oh, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Just you know what? Actually, the one that was the prompt for weather, The Rains of Wind Canyon. It's a by Kat Martin. It's a romantic suspense novel that I have literally had on my TBR for probably 6 years, and I'm glad I finally am getting around to it.
I like Kat Martin.
She is good, isn't she?
I love Kat Martin. I am there for it.
Yep.
All right. Cozy Reads Mystery. This said, Becky, there's a cozy mystery book series on Kindle Unlimited called Vampire Knitting Club Mystery.
Yes, it's by Nancy Warren.
I'm so there.
We should buddy read it.
Bring it on. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Okay. So now that I've had my freak out. Okay. All right. Are there any books on your TBR that you're not all that jazzed about? Because honestly, I know I added a couple just to fill a slot because I suck. So, Emily, you first.
Okay. I actually had the opposite problem where I made a book that I really wanted to read fit, even though I feel like it doesn't really work. So for space, which is like the one that I think a lot of people, I had a lot of trouble with space. I put the Bright Lands by John Graham in there because I figured a land is a kind of space. I don't know. I don't really think it works, but like I've been saving this book to read for March Mystery Madness, and it's like it didn't fit anywhere else. So it's like it's just gonna count for space. And land is a space. So that's what I did.
You're not the first one.
Yeah. So no, I'm actually looking forward to everything I'm reading, but I do think the Bright Lands is like it doesn't really fit, but I'm making it fit.
Let me show you the weirdest book I picked for space, and believe it or not, this is a mystery. I don't have the cover. The cover doesn't show. I bought the book, but it came without any cover. But it's the Vulcan Academy Murders. It's a Star Trek book, but it is an actual murder mystery. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that does sound
When
cool.
you guys showed that in your TBR, my first thought was, oh my God. My first thought was actually, I gotta tell my dad. But
oh yeah.
My father would have loved that.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
I'm excited about that one. I'm going to end up reading that one just because I love the idea of a Star Trek murder mystery.
Yep. Yep.
Especially with obviously Spock at the helm.
Yeah.
But Emily, you're not the only one who made those things fit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Space was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't have anything that was like star, moon, because I'm always trying to read my TBR down. So I was trying to focus on stuff that was already on my TBR. And I didn't have anything on there, like no star, no moon, no galaxy.
No sun, none of that. Right.
Yeah. So I picked land because it was like the only thing that remotely worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went a little wild.
I want to read it. So.
We went a little wild with that. We actually went to Second and Charles and hunted down books that would fit these prompts. I by the grace of everything, I found a book called The Street of the Five Moons.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so Alicia, is there a book on your timeline that you're not all that jazzed about, or
TBR.
what did I say?
Timeline.
What is wrong with me?
I understood what you meant.
Is there a book on your TBR that you're not all that jazzed about, or that you had to finagle onto your list?
Well, I had to fit everything pretty much to the prompts because, my goal was to try and read stuff I already had, so I had to make it fit with the prompts.
I got you. Yep.
Yeah. So everything on my TBR is something I want to read. It's just
Okay.
hopefully having enough time to get the majority of it read.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
you're doing better than I.
Yeah, I'm a fake minimalist, kind of like Steve Donahue.
That's one way of putting it. What about you, Sarah? Is there anything you're not all that jazzed about?
Not that I'm not jazzed about it, but it's another one. I've got a second reread on my for my list. And it's Two Bodies for the Price of One by Stephanie Bond. I've read the entire series and I like the series a lot. The first 3 books are fantastic. The second 3 kind of fall off the rails, but I'm doing a reread just because I love them so much. But I'm just like, I know, you know.
Yeah,
They're
I've read the
delightful.
first 3. I've been kind of about reading the next one. I can tell you why.
I don't know why the second 3 were written. I'll be honest. They weren't. It's a second story. You don't even need to have read the first 3 to read the second 3. Yeah.
That's not very cozy mystery like.
No, they're not. Very much not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not cozy at all. They're just mystery.
But there's a book that if you've read the first 3, have you read Party Crashers by her?
No, I have not.
Pick that up because that's the prequel to the Body Mover series.
Ah, okay.
Because you know when they talk about her and her friends taking and borrowing clothes and crashing parties, that's where it comes from.
I love that.
I know.
She has this autograph book that is,
yes,
I love it. Okay, Matt. Before you disappear again, is there anything on your list that you are not all that jazzed about?
It's not that I'm not that jazzed about it all. It's that I don't like to read the backs of the books. I don't like to know anything about the books. So I picked a bunch of books, and I don't know if they're actually going to fit the prompt. So I have like 3 or 4 books now for each prompt. So I could start reading a book, and if it turns out that it's not great or that it doesn't fit, I could just get rid of it and go to the next one. But weather was really hard for some reason. I thought for sure that one was going to be easy, and I was having a hard time finding stuff. And then I was going to read John D. MacDonald's Murder on the Wind, which is also called Hurricane. But I don't really think it's a mystery. I think it's more of a bunch of people trapped somewhere, and then there might be a mystery of one of the people, but that doesn't like really fit. So I'm doing Death in the Clouds now, and I got chewed out by everybody because I'm like, I don't know if clouds is weather, and everyone's like, of course clouds is weather, you idiot. And so yeah.
At this point, we're all desperate. We will accept clouds as weather.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know. I'm trying to, to get back to what you were talking about earlier. You were bringing up not wanting to read series out of order. Because I could also read Lonely Silver Rain, but that's the last book. And the Travis McGee thing, and I'm not there yet. And Mark said any Corey titles. I don't want to read out of order. So, if I have to read out of order, I'll read out of order. Bimbos. What? Bimbos where?
Bimbos
where are the
of the Death
bimbos?
Sun. Somebody actually, there we go. Somebody actually commented, there's a sci-fi conference mystery book written by the excellent ballad mystery writer Sharon McCrum, and Bimbos of the Death Sun, called Bimbos of the Death Sun, published in 1987, an early book in her career.
And that's on my TBR.
Yeah, it sounds hilarious. I hope it is.
Sorry, Matt. You can keep going.
What a coinky.
No, that's it. I'm just I start ranting and I get all excited and I start freaking out. So it's fine. I just that book looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're book nerds. Yeah, the studio and the library. He hasn't read it yet. It's on his TBR.
Yeah.
Which actually is the important one here. For us, the book that I'm not all that jazzed about is actually the Agatha Christie book I'm going to read, called Curtain. It's her last
That's great.
Poirot novel. Is it great?
I
Because
love
I've
it.
heard a
Yeah,
lot of negative things about it.
Okay,
I thought
good.
it's fun.
I'm glad it's great because this was my
Well,
choice
now
for the book
don't
I'm
hold me
not
to it.
enthusiastic
Come on.
about too.
Like I don't want.
But
I
now
don't
that
want
I
to
hear that it's great, I love it.
I
I'm
really
glad,
like it, but
yeah, I'm glad to be reading it.
Bimbos of the Death Zone. That is just the best title.
Yeah, and the second one is Zombies of something. I don't remember.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now just for the fun of it, how about let's all recommend a mystery book we love.
Yeah.
All right, you first, Emily.
Well, I'll recommend a series that I really love, which most people have probably heard of, but it's my favorite, and that's the Dublin Murder Squad series by Tana French. The first one is called In the Woods, and I actually don't like the first one, and I can't say why because it's a big spoiler about the ending. Basically, I didn't like the ending.
Well, you know
But
what? I'm glad to hear you say that because I didn't like the first one either, so I didn't read the second one. So
no,
should
you
I go
should try
ahead?
the second one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like
Cool. I
it.
will.
I think they get better. I think the second one, in my opinion, the second one is the best, and then it's like book 5, and then book I can't remember. I'd have to go look at my list, but yeah, book 2 is actually like the best one in the series. So yeah, book 1 it's okay, but I really like the later ones. It's like the opposite of most series. Most series, book number 1's the best, and then it gets, it goes downhill, like Sarah was talking about with the one she's reading. But in this case, the first one. But I think the problem with the first one is the ending, and because the ending is not good, it negatively affects your feeling about the rest of the book, or at least my feeling. But yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Okay. Cool. I'll continue on with the series then. Thank
At
you.
least try number 2. If you don't like number 2, then don't bother with the rest of them because they're all in a similar vein. But if
Okay.
you like number 2, then you'll probably like the rest of them too.
All right. Cool.
Yep. With any mystery series, I give it 2 books. If you haven't done it after the first 2 books, I'm not even trying anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's totally fair. There's too many mysteries out there to bother. Like, even frankly, I'd probably only give it 1 book. Like, if I didn't like the first book, I probably would never try it. But that's just me because I'm picky about mysteries.
No kidding. All right, Alicia, a book that you recommend?
Well, Emily has already kind of shown it. I love Attica Locke is one of my favorite writers. So anything written by her, I actually want to read something, but I don't own anything I haven't read by her now. So yeah, Bluebird, Heaven My Home. Last year I read Blackwater Rising. I think it's her first book. And I
Okay.
wanted to read Cutting Season this year, but since I'm not trying not to buy anything, I didn't pick that one up. And since is that good enough? Since I'm recommending something already shown. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How about for hearing all the details? I have to show them so they can see it again.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That sounds really good.
Yeah, that Bluebird book has gotten a lot of love in the comments.
Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah.
What about you, Sarah?
I don't know. Okay, so this question was asked in the last one. I mentioned Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, which is still a favorite. Another one that I just read for the first time last year was The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. That was amazing, and it was a really good mystery. So I'm gonna go old school and say those 2.
I really like The Moonstone. I haven't read The Woman in White, but
everybody says The Moonstone as well. I think I'm gonna try that this year for Victober.
It was great.
Yeah, I've got both of those books right behind me, but I got to read them later this year because they're really big, and I don't read extremely fast, so I'm going to have to do it at a different month.
I'm sure you could find it on YouTube.
Does anybody have
All
a
those
good
old
answer
books,
for
a lot of people do them on YouTube. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For libraries and Labradors? What's a great cozy mystery on audio?
I was just typing it into the comments. One of my favorites on audio, because I love the narrator, is the Magical Bakery Shop Mystery Series, and it's by Bailey
Ellie
Cates.
Alexander?
No, Bailey Cates.
Bailey
I have
Cates.
one of those too.
Yes, yeah, the Bailey Cates one is a really good narrator.
It's really cute.
Yes.
It's kind of it is cozy mystery, but it's almost like got that bit of a more mystical element to it, which is a lot of fun, you know? That's it, yes.
Yeah.
Or no, the first one is called Brownies and Broomsticks.
Right, yeah. This is book 2. I checked this out to read. I'm covering up.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
got the interlibrary loan sticker.
Oh, gotcha.
It's got all my info on it. I'm covering up the sticker part. But yeah, I'm excited.
Another really good one is by Tegan Marr. It's the Federal Bureau of Magic series. Hold on, I'm trying to invite Di back in, but it's just not cooperating.
There we go.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Tegan Marr, would you stop that?
And again, she has an Apple phone.
Don't do it.
Wilkie Collins wrote Woman in White.
Yep.
Sorry, I almost let a 4-letter word slip.
No, you let it slip.
Okay.
It's out there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Everybody heard it.
The Woman in White was written by Wilkie Collins. Wilkie Collins. Or The Woman in White.
Let me show you the copy that I've got of that, if I can get to it. I got a whole bunch of big books here. Here, hold that.
What? Thank
you. You side
Okay.
queen.
And I got
That's my edition.
Woman in White. It's these Barnes and Noble classics. I like these things. I don't have a problem with them. These things have lasted me forever. The ones. Yeah, I really enjoy them. And then here's the Moonstone. I got the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
But they're pretty big. They're pretty good size.
Yeah, that's my copy.
Welcome back, Di.
Hello,
Oh my gosh.
Right.
It's the West Coast, man. We're having problems.
We have an Android. No.
So Di, before we lose you again, we're recommending books, mystery books.
Okay.
So what's a mystery book that you love that everybody should read?
This is my favorite series.
Yes.
The Ghost Hunter Mystery Series, Victoria Laurie.
Yeah, those are her favorite books.
I really enjoy this one.
Very favorite cozies.
One that's still going on is this one. It's the Witchcraft Mystery Series by Juliet Blackwell.
You like that one too?
So the 11th book in this series is coming out in July. And I really like this one. This is also a witchy type cozy mystery. She is a vintage clothing store owner, and she's also a witch, and she helps solve mysteries.
Oh wait, I have read those. Now that you mention it, I have read those. I absolutely love the MJ Halliday series by Victoria Laurie.
Yes,
it's one of my favorite.
I was so sad when she finished that series.
I know. I was so upset, but it's such a good series. And any cozy readers out there, yeah, you need to go for those series. All right, Matt, what's a book that you love that everybody should read?
Okay, well, my kid told me that I was screaming when I was talking before, so I'm gonna try to bring my voice down a little bit.
You're not bothering us, maybe her, but not us.
Yeah.
These right here, these Carter Brown books about Al Wheeler, who is a police detective in fictional Pine City, which is like a fictional outskirts of LA. A lot of these have these beautiful Robert McGinnis covers, but any of the Al Wheeler books are good. Like, I've never read a bad Al Wheeler book.
Okay.
That was my favorite character of his. Stark House Press has reprinted some of these in like 3-packs that are really good. They're just quick reads. They're really fun. They're like 120 pages, 130 pages. The mysteries are always ridiculously convoluted, but then they make perfect sense and it all wraps up. And he would write like 3 or 4 a month or something like that for his publisher. Wow. And he said he did it with the use of Adderall. So he didn't sleep, and he just did a bunch of Adderall and wrote 1 million books. So over 50,000 or 50 million Carter Brown books in print. What do you know? But he was supposedly John F. Kennedy's favorite author, but there's actually no evidence that was ever said. But you never know. But he's just so witty and funny, and he gets into the most ridiculous situations, and they're so good. Like, I can't, like, if I could, like, I can't stress enough how good these are. They're amazing. I love them.
So the moral of that story is Adderall will make you rich.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure that's the morals we're supposed to be sharing here.
Oh, okay.
So for me, a book that I recommend this book all the time on our channel, and that's Death in the Budapest Butterfly by Julia Buckley. I love this series so much. It's so good. And we're actually going to have a giveaway for this book and the second book on our channel sometime this month.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yep. We'll have a giveaway for it. That's cool. What was mine? Oh, hold on. I lost mine. Mine is, if there's anybody out there wondering where to start with Agatha Christie, it's either this one or Murder on the Orient Express. And I would go, And Then There Were None.
Oh.
Love
Yes.
this book. I read it multiple times.
That's a great book.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
This and Murder on the Orient Express. I can't talk about either one of them enough. I mean, they are just wonderful books.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter how many times I've read Murder on the Orient Express, the ending still gets me. So, yeah, I enjoy that a lot.
You know what's funny about it? And Then There Were None. I like to think of that as sort of like the hero's journey of mystery. It's been imitated so many times, and it works so well in all of those imitations.
Yeah.
There's even a Ruth Ware book where it's called One by One that they mention that book several times throughout. Oh, it's right there. Neat.
Yeah. It doesn't look like we could have that many books around us, but
we're surrounded.
Yeah, we're surrounded by books.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but
yeah, that book was like the origin of the slasher
primer.
genre.
Huh. You know what? That makes a lot of sense, Matt. I never thought of that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that is the origin of the slasher genre?
I think so. It's the only body count kind of thing that I could think of.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything kind of came from.
I think it's a very good point.
Yeah,
actually.
It is. I never even thought of that.
It's such a really smart novel.
Yeah, it is. But Agatha Christie, I mean, I guess she's known as the queen of mystery for a reason. She wrote a lot of books. 90% of them are, at the very least, very readable. But there are a few stinkers out there, but they're more toward the end of her writing career. But yeah, I mean, Agatha Christie, I don't think you can beat her.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. So, but that sort of brings us
Make
into
this last one.
Yeah, we're gonna make this the
last question.
The last question. Well, sort of. We're gonna make this the last question, and then we're gonna give some advice. But the last question is: are there any books that you're anticipating coming up, or that you're really, really excited about? And it doesn't have to be a mystery. It can be any book on your TBR. I know I'm gonna go first because I just talked about it. I know for me, it's the Julia Buckley's third in the Hungarian Tea House series. It's coming up in June, and I'm dying. I'm so excited about it coming out. I can't wait. But what about you, Emily? Is there anything coming out that you're really excited about?
You know, I don't know. I'd have to think about it because I'm always so behind on my TBR that I am never reading stuff right when it comes out. I don't know. How about you skip me and I'll think about it while
Okay.
everybody else goes? Because I can't think of any.
All right. Alicia, you're on the clock. Is there anything you're really anticipating?
Yes, but I'm not supposed to be looking at it because I'm not supposed to be buying anything.
Oh no.
It's not a mystery, but it's a book called Long Division by Kiese Layman. He actually already released it years ago, but he bought the rights back and now he's revised it. And it's about time travel, and it's set in Mississippi.
Ooh.
And so he goes through 3 different time periods. So when I originally read it, I'm not a big person that does time travel a lot. That kind of throws me off. But I'm just wondering, with his revision, would it be easier to read this time?
Okay. So you have read it before?
I'm looking forward to right now.
I get it. But the problem with time travel is it's a murky sort of thing. It's very hard to do well.
Yeah, but when it's done well, it's worth reading.
Yeah, for me, from reading it the first time, I thought, well, if he just had to put it all in in linear order, it'd been fine. But let's go back to this time and then come back to the
Non-linear books drive me insane.
Yeah, she hates them.
And it's worse with movies. Oh, I hate non-linear movies. Die. Are there any books you're really anticipating?
Not really. I don't really keep up with current releases because I'm more of a backlist reader. But I am, like I said, waiting for the 11th one of this series to come out this year. So that's in July, I think. At least that's what it's slated for right now. So
okay,
cool.
That's probably the only thing that I'm really looking forward to at this point.
Yeah, I have to get back on that series. I think I read the first 2 and didn't get past it, probably because they weren't out yet.
Sarah, have you done your video this month for anticipated reads?
Well, I'm doing the pre-orders. So I did I do one for March? I can't remember now. February was such a crazy month, but oh no, yes, I did, because I think I talked about Marriage and Murder, the second book in the Cletus and Jen Solving for Pie mystery series.
Oh, okay.
On the second, which is cozy mystery with a kick.
I like it.
They're delightful. And the other one, if I had to pick one, and it's not a mystery, but coming out in April is Jenny Lawson's new book. Any of you who follow the blog S, she wrote Furiously Happy and their memoirs. She is hilariously funny, and it's called Broken. And I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of her.
No, I haven't either.
Oh, look her up. If you like memoirs, she deals with a lot of mental health issues. So she's really good. Really good.
Okay. All right. What about you, Matt? Is there anything you're really, really looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to this. I tried to show it on the last video, and then my internet died.
Yeah.
But, it's Web and
I saw
Murder.
that on the video.
Yeah. Harry Winnington is like the best plotter of all writers who ever existed since the beginning of time, and whoever will live forever and ever. And I just got this. This wasn't the one I wanted, but I got it. I did a mail haul and pulled this out. But I don't really know much about it, except this guy set a trap for somebody, and instead of the person who was supposed to die going into it, it was his wife. And that's already too much for me to know, but I'm still excited.
Okay.
So, but
Yep.
Harry Winnington, everyone needs to read Harry Winnington, and he's lost to time, and it's sad.
I just found a ton of his books on Scribd.
No way.
Yeah, in ebook form. Yep, they had about at least a dozen, 15 over there, something like that.
Are they the prologue books editions?
I believe so.
Okay.
I
might have all those. I'll have to. Okay. Yeah, because he wrote like 150 books under his name in between like a 10-year period. And then in the 70s and 80s, he just wrote a lot of stuff under house names for different like adventure or Western places. So you could find those too. But his crime stuff is like top notch. A Night for Screaming. If you guys find A Night for Screaming, go read that.
Okay.
It'll make you never want to even write a text message again, because you'll go, I'm such a horrible writer. I should never do anything ever again. Yeah.
100 books in 10 years. Was he on Adderall too?
No, I think he was just drunk all the time. But you can't tell. He's amazing. Amazing.
All right. So the thing that is on mine is I want this edition. These are those Barnes and Noble classics.
Yep.
I want this edition of The Great Gatsby. I try to collect these, and these are awesome editions, and they're fun to read. They don't always go very well. I mean, they don't always hold up 100%. But I've got a book. I've got A Great Gatsby to read, but I'm still looking forward to the nice edition because it's a good book.
No. You can't make me believe otherwise.
All right. I'm not trying to.
To all of the people in the comment section, I'm sorry. Okay, so no more questions, but this is just sort of an advice thing. We throughout the last month, I've seen several comment threads about people having trouble sticking to their TBRs. Because you'll have this great list of books that you're ready to read and you just can't stick with it. So does anyone I knew somebody would be Mark. So does anyone have any advice on how to stick to your TBR?
No.
No, I always say I'm gonna change it.
See, I stick to my TBRs every month. I don't. Oh, look, bright and shiny. I don't do that. This is my TBR. And I know next month I get the new books. So what I'll do is I'll be like, oh, I want to read that. Okay, that's for April. That's how I do it.
I think I'll do a video where I show all the books that I had on my TBR and all the books that I ended up reading.
For advice.
Yeah.
Oh, because like the last 2 weeks have been a nightmare. I didn't read anything on my TBR. It was all extra stuff. And I just would pick something up, start reading it, and then I would finish it. Like I didn't plan to read any more than just like the first page to see if I was going to dig it or something. No. So TBRs are meant to be broken.
So Matt, while you were reading Pulp Friction, how many books did you get in?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm horrible at group reads because like I'll just every time I've done a group read, I just read the whole book and then expect everyone else to have already read it. And so I'm all excited, waiting to talk to people about it, and no one's done with it. So this time I'm like, oh, it's in 5 parts. We could do it in 5 days. And so I'm like, okay. But then I ended up reading, like by Wednesday, I was done. And I was just like gnawing. I was very upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Alicia or Di, do you want to weigh in at all?
About TBRs.
I would just say before you even make your TBR, try and diversify it. You know, have some graphic novels, have some shorter, longer books.
Yes.
But that way you're not trying to read the same type of book over and over again. Hopefully you won't get bogged down in your TBR if you have all different kinds of varieties of books in it.
That is great advice.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Di? Did we lose Di?
Uh-oh.
I just read a great book called "When Did We Lose Harriet?"
I'm terrible at sticking to my TBR.
When did we lose Di?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Di.
Hi, Di. Would you like to weigh in on any advice for TBR sticking to?
I don't stick to TBRs very well. March Mystery Madness is usually the only time I attempt to.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm still here.
Okay, so the only advice I can give is what I do is I
don't really have any advice on sticking to your TBR. I'm a mood reader, so TBRs don't usually work for me. But for March Mystery Madness, the last couple of rounds, I have been able to stick to my TBR. I'm not sure if that's just because I was really excited about what I was planning to read, or if it was just the excitement of March Mystery Madness. But
and other people holding you to it, maybe that's actually what helps me too. If I have a lot of buddy reads and things like that, then I actually do stick to a TBR better.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, what I do, we were talking earlier about books I'm not all that jazzed about. What I'll do is I'll read the books that I'm not terribly excited about first, get them out of the way. That way, by the end of the month, I have all of these books that I'm extremely excited about, and I don't have to worry about it.
But then 90% of the time, you like those books that you weren't that jazzed about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way, by the time I get to the end of March and I am so sick of mysteries, I don't want to look at one ever again. I'll be excited about the ones that I'm supposed to be reading.
Yeah. So for the last thing, I think what we want to do is go around and everybody tell what you're doing for March Mystery Madness. Do you have anything special you're going to do? Do you have any special videos or anything in the dates and all that?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go around the clock. Emily, what are you doing for March Mystery Madness?
So for March Mystery Madness every year, I do a series called Mystery History Talks, where I read like a true crime book, and I do like a little summary video of the crime book and the main character of that book, which is really a real person. So like last year I did a video on the disappearance of Mara Murray, who was a girl like a young woman who disappeared from Connecticut. And it was kind of a weird thing because like her car broke down, and so somebody saw it broke down and called the police, and they got there 7 minutes later and she wasn't there. And it was like, what happened to her in those 7 minutes? And then I've done like ones on like Sherlock Holmes and like his impact on society. And I just do mystery history talks every year about these figures. And I am working on 2 of them for this year. I have one done already, and I'm still working on the second one. So that'll be up the last 2 Fridays of March. So if you're interested, check me out the last 2 Fridays of March. And then I'll just be around doing the Discord and being on the live shows. But that's my main thing, is the Mystery History Talks.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. All right, Alicia, what are you up to for March Mystery Madness?
Well, I'm hoping to do a reading vlog diary kind of thing. I did one 2 or 3 years ago for the book Atlanta Noir, and because it was just a book of short stories from different authors in Georgia that wrote. T.R.A. Jones was the editor of it. So after I would read a story, I would, talk about it and talk about what I'm doing while I was reading. So I'm hoping to do that with at least one of the books that I have on my TBR for this month. And then I'll be jumping on Instagram and doing the matching game with you guys. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm hoping to have a lot of fun on IG, because I haven't really participated on Instagram with March Mystery Madness before.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm helping to co-host the Connect the Clues on Instagram, and I'm sure Di will be talking about that when she gets to her.
Yeah, we're doing.
Yeah, that's something else
I'm
doing too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, we're going to be involved in that with you, Emily, and I think Matt's involved in that. That's going to be a blast.
So
what about you, Di? What are you up to?
Yeah, I think all of the hosts connect the clues here.
Okay.
Are we all doing it?
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. All of us are here.
Yep.
Instagram represent.
I will be doing the Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter, which are my audio only reading vlogs for the Book One Cozies Club selection. So those are daily audio only reading vlogs.
Okay.
Very fun. You ought to get involved in that, because that's something you do a lot, is audio.
Oh yeah, I love my audiobooks.
Well, and I'll be doing Monday meetups as well in the Discord.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody isn't in the Discord and you would like to...
Did you lose me again?
Oh, I think maybe we did for a minute. Sorry.
You'll cut out for about 5 seconds, and then you'll come back. And
I'm gonna put the link to the
all over you, and I'm so sorry.
chat.
But yeah, for anybody who's not part of the Discord, if you want to be, totally join us.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can look at any of our March Mystery Madness videos, and you can get the link to the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also the link to the Twitter and the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We're all there.
Sarah.
Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
What do you?
Oh yeah. So next Saturday on my channel is going to be just a chat, and you two lovelies are going to be joining me in that. Very exciting. Hopefully we can get Steve out of the cave and get him to join us as well.
Well, if it's you, Sarah, he'll probably make an exception.
I don't know.
It's because you guys say he has to wear pants, and he's like, I'm not going to wear pants.
I never said that.
I do not demand pants.
Yeah.
I'm very open to all lifestyles.
Right. And then on the 20th, I have 2 group reads going on, but on the 20th, group reading the Bachelor Girl Guides to Murder, whatever, by Rachel McMillan. It's a Canadian based in Toronto cozy mystery set in 1910. So I'm looking for that. So it'll be a live show on the 20th on my channel. And then also, just for funsies, because I want people to read more romantic suspense, The Last Resort by Janice K. Boston is the other one that we're going to be reading. Very excited.
Is that an intrigue?
What?
Is that an
It's
intrigue book?
intrigue, yes.
Yeah.
It's fairly new. It came out in December.
Okay.
If you have not read her, she's fantastic.
I actually have that on my Kindle. So.
Oh, there you go. You can read it with me in March.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yes, with my two friends Bree and Chloe, we host a book club, the Book Sisters Book Club, and we picked a book that is both March Mystery Madness and middle grade March, and we're reading The Babysitters Club Haunted House in March, which is the first super mystery in the Babysitters Club series. So
I haven't read
What else
Babysitters
wants
Club
to read
in so
it?
long. I used to love that series.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then I'm going to, of course, be on Instagram and all that other fun stuff.
Sounds like everybody's staying pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
What are you doing, Matt?
Well, I'm going to be doing a group read or a buddy read of Death in the Clouds, Agatha Christie. Now, do we host those on the March Mystery Madness Discord, or is that kind of up to whoever's doing their thing?
It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do Boxer, Discord, however you'd like to do it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to do, and I haven't talked to any of you about it yet, so this is like me putting you guys on the spot. I'm wanting to interview all of you talking about different, like, I really want to talk to you guys about different types of books that you guys are into and kind of go more historical on the genres themselves, because I keep hearing people talk about certain things, like I hear little keywords and my ears perk up and I'm like, oh wait, I got to find out more about this. So I'm probably gonna stalk everyone, and then what's that? Okay. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to interview Mark from Richardson Reads, and I'm going to have him model the loincloths that I made him. And then he's going to model them in the fashion of Frank Frazetta Conan paintings. And he'll be Conan, and I'll be the maiden in distress. And so we'll do little photo shoots like that. So, and Steve could show up and he could be like the orc or whatever coming to like kill me or something, and Mark's gonna have to like swing his sword at
under his
Steve.
arm?
And yeah, it's gonna be, I'm gonna be on Mark's leg like this, like on a rock or something. So that should be pretty fun.
I think Mark is absolutely right about that. No one would be the same.
No.
The world is not.
Zoe just said she would pay to see it. So I know what's in Zoe's bank account. So Mark, don't get too excited.
Wow.
Well, what we're doing.
I'm sorry.
How do you follow that up?
Numb. So what we're doing
Isn't that cool? But yeah.
we can't follow that. There's just no.
Mark,
no
you're
way
cool.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? What we're doing.
We're going to be on Sarah's live. We're really excited about that.
Yes. That's on March 6th. She's already mentioned it. We're going to be doing the live show with Sarah.
I'm on that too.
And
Are you going to be on that too? Awesome
Yeah,
sauce.
please.
Bring your party hats and birthday cake, because that's what we're doing.
And your loincloth.
Yeah, no, you can leave that at home.
You heard it here. Pants are optional. Just leave it all at home.
Nobody will know.
We're also doing a buddy read with Storm
Yeah.
Reeds, who's in the comments. Hi, Storm.
And
Elizabeth,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and Elizabeth from Lindsay
From
Faylo's
Lizzie.
books.
Yeah, we're going to be. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. We're going to be reading Death by Dumpling, and that starts tomorrow through the 7th.
Through the 5th, actually.
Really?
The 5th, yeah.
We're reading this book in 5 days.
Well, I mean,
Oh, you can do it.
yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, if somebody's too busy, it's not that big a deal, you know. I mean, you can give it a couple extra days.
If you take longer, just take longer. But yeah, we're reading Death by Dumpling. That starts tomorrow. It'll be through the 5th. And are we gonna make a Voxer for that?
I think I will. Yeah.
We're gonna make a Voxer. We're also doing the Instagram, the Connect the Clues, which is going to be loads of fun. Oh, what else are we doing?
Well, I want to do an interview with Matt about his books this month. So, yeah, I'd like to do that. And I might even try to get a couple more author interviews, 1 or 2 in this month sometime. So I'm going to try to get that done. But I want to do it with Matt first before I get with anybody else.
Do I have to make you a loincloth for that?
No. No.
'Cause I don't want to.
Yeah.
Libraries and Labradors. We're the Bookish Bryants on Instagram, right?
Yes.
That's us.
Yeah.
So that's all I have. We have chewed through an hour and a half.
Yeah, actually pretty easily, because I think we could do more, but I think we need to stop it while we still got people here.
Yeah.
But does anybody have any final words that they would like to get out?
Well, I brought all my TBR books. I was going to show
Yeah.
my TBR.
Please.
So
Please.
Do it.
I'll just show it for a second. Wait. Okay, there it is. Yay!
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Great. You got a lot of hardcovers there. That's cool.
Yeah, they're
There's
all
so
from the
many
library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a big
Yeah.
library user. So
Gotcha.
they're all from my local library. Whoop,
Yep.
whoop.
Becky is
Support your
spooked.
local library people.
Becky is creeped out by libraries.
Libraries creep me out.
Why did it creep you out?
She thinks they're all haunted, I think.
I think it's the movie Ghostbusters' fault.
Have you read the Haunted Library series, Cozy Mystery series?
I have not. That's next on my list, though.
It's delightful. It's delightful.
Libraries, really and truly, they creep me out.
Oh,
I think it's the idea of what's standing around the corner when you walk. I don't know why, but they sincerely creep me out.
I love it.
Well,
Hours in a library.
You what?
I could spend hours in a library.
Same.
So could I.
Pandemic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
work
I
at
would
a
be hiding
library,
under the
so-
tables if I would.
So you do spend hours there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
Becky, I don't know what your library's like, but right now a lot of libraries are closed because of the pandemic, and they're doing curbside. So like you don't even have to go in. And like I know my library's planning to do curbside forever now. So if you don't want to go in the
Alicia-
library, you can still do that.
Alicia, I know you're in Georgia too. Are your libraries doing that too?
It's like a hybrid kind of thing. It's limited hours where you can go in, but you have to be in and out within 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we live in North Georgia. I don't think our libraries are quite that.
That's strict. Some of them are. Some of them do have curb service only. Some of them have shortened hours. You can only have like 6 people inside at once.
Mhm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, my word was going to be enlightened.
Yeah. Yeah, where we're at in North Georgia is not exactly
There's
enlightened in
somebody
a lot of ways.
recommending the Libby app in the conversation, and I second that. You should get the Libby app. It's amazing.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Will
Yeah.
do. I've
You gotta
never
have a
heard-
library card through your local library though. So, but once you get it, you don't have to go to the library at all. You can
I
just
think
do
the
it.
Libby app, is more user friendly than Overdrive. That's just my opinion.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
get
Okay.
Overdrive. Get Libby.
Yep.
Libby. Here, I'll show you what
Smart.
it looks like. I got it on my phone. Hold on.
Okay. All right. I'll
Yeah,
It's,
Mark.
oh, I don't know if you can see it. Is this
somebody needs to
turquoise?
take Mark's
This is
phone from him.
red one.
Mark Richardson is our favorite librarian,
That's
and I think his library's open, isn't it, Mark?
There's like 5 people in the state of Vermont. It's fine.
Yeah.
What kind of people are working at the libraries in Vermont?
I've been to Vermont. I can say it's Mark, my friend Mandy, and that's about it.
And Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, and Bernie Sanders. Yeah, it's the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vermont is paradise in our opinion.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I know we love snow, we love
Mhm.
the cold, and that's just something we don't get. We don't get down here very much, and we love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Vermont sounds like heaven. But
Well, if you come to Vermont, just make a quick 8-hour detour, and come
Yeah.
to Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Canada. I've been to Canada 2 or 3 times, twice, I guess, and I love it. But the interesting thing is, you go up through Detroit, and as soon as you cross the border and stop at a business, it's like a different world than being in Michigan.
Yep.
It is way different. It's
Yep.
clean. It's beautiful. It is a wonderful place. We love Canada.
I would
One of
like
my
to say-
favorite, and this is no shot against anyone who lives in the Buffalo, Upper New York State area, but Niagara Falls, Canada is just paradise. It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
cross the Peace Bridge into Buffalo, and it's like liquor store, gun store, pawn shop, and I'm like, where are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm trying not to generalize, but it's not a great area.
That's like crossing the state line from Georgia to Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying. You have to have a passport to go from Georgia to Florida.
yeah, we just have to live vicariously through our Canadian friends. we would like to be Canadian too. One of these days, maybe.
One
I'll
day.
sponsor you. Come on up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it. My phone's about to give up the ghost.
No.
We appreciate everybody that came by. Everybody stayed. I mean, we got up to 30 people in this thing, and we were afraid of
really?
only getting 5 or 6.
I was seriously
So-
certain we're gonna get like 3 people here, and that's it.
Aww.
Well, we have a smaller channel, but I mean, we have a lot of loyal followers on with you folks, and we appreciate it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody who came in and kept the comments going.
Mhm.
And that's Mark Richardson. I'm never getting over that mental image.
Yeah.
You either, Matt.
Yeah.
The Conan like book covers is wrong. It's just so wrong. But anyway, it's there to stay. It really is. So
You've obviously
thank you
never
all
seen Mark
so
without
much
a
for
shirt
coming.
on.
Thank you all so much for coming. We're going to end this in about 10 seconds. So say your farewells.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
watching.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
We're going to end it. It's going to happen. It's great.
End broadcast.